Although my targeting is directly organized by the police, I'm also under the surveillance of the intelligence services. Indeed, my exposures of the device's police ring are now considered a matter of national security, so no information will ever be revealed about what I exposed about the device's police ring. Indeed, the British intelligence services, i.e., MI6, are organizing the destruction of my YouTube. So it's all quite interesting to consider the fact that I'm now considered a national security risk. Indeed, the British police and the British intelligence services are glad that no one will ever listen to me anyway, because everyone simply considers me mad. Indeed, I am mad, but what I've said about the British police is completely true. Indeed, it's all very interesting to consider the fact that the British police will do anything to see me shut down. Indeed, it's all very strange to consider the fact that the British police are putting so much effort into one schizophrenic. Indeed, this is a continued campaign of persecution and harassment that's being carried out by the British police on me via radiation and Zezetzung. So it's all very interesting to consider exactly what the British police wish to achieve through this continued persecution and harassment of me. Indeed, it seems that they are angry at the fact a lunatic, specifically a lunatic, exposed one of their rings, a very important ring. Indeed, the devices, police, organ harvesting, child trafficking, criminal enterprise is overseen by the director of the National Crime Agency, one Graham Bigger. Indeed, this director of the National Crime Agency, Graham Bigger, is a 33rd degree or above Freemason, chiefly operative to coordinate the criminal enterprises of the British police while maintaining a facade as being against the criminal enterprises of the British police. It's all very interesting, the fact that all organised crime in the United Kingdom is run at the top level by the Freemasons of the British police. Indeed, the Freemasons of the British police are attempting to create an enormous criminal empire, which is why they are bringing in to the country certain networks of Faith of Ishmael crime syndicates that they can utilize in their operations. Indeed, the Russian mafia in Britain are also coordinated by the British police in accordance with operations of the GRU, i.e. Russian military intelligence. It's interesting the synthesis between the British police and Russian military intelligence, i.e. the GRU. Indeed, over the years, the GRU have tricked me and attempted to basically push me in certain directions so that I would not expose the device's police ring. However, I went for it and now suffer because of it. Indeed, the British police have denied me the right to a happy life, basically. Indeed, the British police have locked me up several times. The most recent time for almost 5 years for exposing the device's police ring, which was a network of interlinking criminal enterprises operated from Wiltshire Police Headquarters with the full knowledge of the police commissioners. Indeed, at the time of my exposures, the police commissioner was one Angus MacPherson, who was chiefly operative for the Kurdish mob. Indeed, Angus MacPherson is an operative of the Kurdish mob, interestingly. So Angus MacPherson is a high-ranking Freemason involved in gun running and child trafficking with Kurdish mob elements. Indeed, it was interesting to notice the proliferation of Kurdish mob elements on the Devizes streets. Indeed, the majority of the grooming networks were coordinated by Kurdish mobsters. So it's all very interesting to consider. This was in tandem with Turkish opiate pushers, all overseen by Wiltshire police, as well as Bengali child traffickers and Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop, the British Masonic butchers network coordinating organ harvesting and organ trafficking, basically overseeing the organ trade in Devizes. All of this was done with complete protection by Devizes police and overseen by the Wiltshire Police Headquarters networks. And on the top level, this entire operation was overseen by Graham Bigger, the director of the National Crime Agency. So it's all very interesting to note that the supposed forces involved supposedly against these kind of crimes are actually overseeing them. The British police is actually just one large organized criminal syndicate and operates for itself. British police does not care about the population of the United Kingdom. The British police only care about profit and maintaining the secrecy of the elite baby rape and child sacrifice rings that proliferate this country. It is very interesting to consider that the British police are attempting to cast me as a Soviet agent to attempt to deflect from their activities by stating that everything that I am saying about the police is in fact Soviet propaganda. But this is not the case. Indeed, any Soviet intelligence networks are actually run by the Crown anyway. So it's all interlinking indeed. It's all very interesting to note that such books as the Soviet Manual for Brainwashing, the Psychopolitical Agenda, which is supposedly penned by Lavrenti Beria, is in fact a British intelligence text. And Psychopolitics is a British intelligence operation. It's all very interesting to note that L. Ron Hubbard actually penned that text, and L. Ron Hubbard was himself a British intelligence operative for a network of druids who want to re-implement the Babylonian mystery school traditions in the West, which is basically what is occurring with the erection and implementation of a police state in the United Kingdom, which will oversee the establishment of Babylonian mystery temples and the establishment of a national religion centered on human sacrifice. So it's all very interesting to note. As I've stated, the British police are run on the top level by Freemasons who are themselves, in their highest orders, druids. So it's all very interesting to note the interconnectivity here and what is going on in the United Kingdom and the lengths that the British police will go to just to protect some country bumpkin policeman in a seedy little town called Devizes. Indeed, I have heard that the Devizes residents are increasingly angry with my recent videos. I don't care. Devizes needs to pay for what they did to a vulnerable schizophrenic man. Indeed, I was in the process, towards the end of my time in Devizes, of exposing the Devizes police ring, which was unsanctioned by any of my mind control programmers. So it's all very interesting to note I've had many mind control programmers over the years, including a Leonard Johnson, who is a Scientologist who originally basically mind control programmed me to gravitate towards the National Anarchist movement and the figures of Troy Southgate and Adam Orms. Now these guys are basically Scientologists also, and are operative for the formation of a human sacrifice religion in the United Kingdom. However, due to layers of mind control programming, I was not aware of this at the time. And it's all very interesting to note. Indeed, Troy Southgate is a British intelligence security services operative. He is an MI5 agent and a Freemason, and regularly exchanges information with the Mossad, despite claiming to be anti-Israeli. So it's all very interesting, the facades and deceptions that the intelligence services introduce. Indeed, much of the conflict between Nazis and Zionists is actually a false one, but with the Zionists being coordinated by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst and have been since their inception. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the National Anarchist movement is basically a continuation of the Process Church of the Final Judgment. The majority of the key figures involved in the National Anarchist movement are British intelligence operatives, including Adam Ormes. However, they are also coordinated by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst and are in the traditions of the Bavarian Illuminati in terms of how secret societies interlink with modern movements. The National Anarchist movement is an inheritor of the networks of the Bavarian Illuminati in a way. Indeed, there are also elements of the Society of Thule in the National Anarchist movement, so Troy Southgate could be considered a Thulist, which is all very interesting to consider. And there, with the Society of Thule, we have a link to the Ismaili assassins. And it says a lot how pro-Islamic Troy Southgate is. Indeed, he is solely operative to re-implement the Druidic rites in the United Kingdom, which goes in accordance with the erection of the police state and the overall agenda of the British police. It's interesting that the National Anarchist movement are not actually anarchists at all. They are police state people, and are operative as an accelerationist network, basically, which is actually funded and perpetrated by the Illuminati networks. Indeed, a lot of these accelerationist networks, such as the Order of Nine Angles and the National Anarchist movement, are actually working for the police state, despite the fact that they claim they wish to basically cause society to erupt into chaos. But a lot of this is interconnected with the Masonic and Illuminati motto, Ordo ab Chao, which translates as order out of chaos. Indeed, certain factors are at play here. Indeed, the Illuminati wish to create a chaotic criminal empire in the United Kingdom to justify the erection of a police state. Indeed, they wish to cause the population such trauma that the population would accept a police state complete with secret police modelled along the lines of the KGB. Indeed, it seems that there will be a merger of a secret police network and the security services, i.e. MI5, that will become very similar to the KGB and will have the powers of arrest. Indeed, there will be Gestapo elements to this network, just as there will be Stasi elements to this network. Indeed, I've stated before that the British police are utilizing Stasi techniques at the moment, and they are very much so. Indeed, the Zesetzung and radiation that is being used against me is very much a Stasi tactic. It's interesting to consider that the Stasi during the Cold War were overseen by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. So it's all very interesting indeed. The Russian military intelligence services all throughout the Cold War also were overseen by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. The GRU is basically a pet project of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. It's interesting to note that the majority of GRU operatives, many of whom are professional killers, are Nazi savages and operative to basically construct agendas that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst wishes them to. So it's all very interesting to note that the GRU, despite Soviet overtones, are actually a Nazi network. Indeed, Ukrainian intelligence are also coordinated by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. Banderists are a Nazi network. So you have to consider all of the factors at play here, such as Banderists and Vlasovites. Banderists being the Ukrainian continuum and Vlasovites being the Russian continuum of interconnecting Nazi networks, which interconnect back to the original Gehlen organization, which basically penetrated all levels of the Anglo-American cryptocracy and the Soviet cryptocracy at the end of the Second World War, though it is arguable that the Gehlen organization was always operative for the British Crown. Though I'm not sure exactly how true this is, and maybe the British Crown is actually operative for the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. So it's all very interesting to consider, indeed, what part do the Sabbateans play in all of this. Indeed, the Sabbateans are subordinate, seemingly, to the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. Indeed, it's interesting how I keep switching my theories around and changing who is at the eye at the top of the pyramid. It's interesting to note that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst are the Bavarian Illuminati redux. Indeed, they are a continuation of the Bavarian Illuminati, just as they are a continuation of the incorporation of the Bavarian Thule Society. So it's all very interesting to note, interconnected with the old continuums of the original Prussian intelligence services. As I stated before, there was always a huge crossover between the original Prussian intelligence services in the early 1800s and the nascent Russian intelligence services, which gives us our synthesis between the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst and the Soviet GRU that exists in the modern world. Indeed, it's possible to be dual programmed, just as I was, by the British intelligence services through Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst continuums and the Soviet GRU through Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst continuums. Again, indeed, I've been programmed by both the British intelligence services and the Russian military intelligence services. Indeed, I also believe that much of my British intelligence programming was overseen by the British police also, who wished to basically disrupt any trajectories I would go on, whereby I would expose the British police systems for what they are. Indeed, the British police system is basically built on child rape, child slavery, child prostitution, child trafficking, organ harvesting, organ trafficking, gun running, cannibalism, and necrophilia. Basically, it's all a rather dark and disturbing world. Indeed, the British police are truly some of the most vile people on the planet and are operative to basically coordinate an enormous criminal empire in the United Kingdom, which is the wish of the Illuminist networks. Indeed, they wish to create, as Christopher Story terms it, the triumph of criminalism. Though I am very suspicious of Christopher Story. Indeed, he only focused his attentions on such networks as the perestroika deception, which is a true aspect. Indeed, the Communist Party still run Russia through various networks of interlinking mobsters and the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. So it's all very interesting. He focused all of his exposures on the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst while ignoring the fact that the British police were coordinating much of the criminal operations that he was talking about. Indeed, it's possible that Christopher Story was actually an agent of the British police and therefore attempting to solely cast the criminal operations on foreign elements. Indeed, this is a key possibility that Christopher Story was operative for the British police and was not killed by the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst, as people believe, but instead died a natural death. So it's all very interesting to consider the fact that I have stated before that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst may be a limited hangout. It is and it isn't. It is in the fact that solely pursuing the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst criminal cabal leads you away from the fact that the British police run a lot of the operations, indeed. So in that sense, it is a limited hangout, but one also has to consider the importance of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst in Illuminati, black operations, and smuggling rings and mind control programming, etc. Indeed, the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst are a key network and must be studied. Indeed, it is arguable that they are one of the networks at the top of the pyramid, along with the British Crown, though who is subordinate to who I do not know. Indeed, it seems that the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst have penetrated the British Crown. So it's all very interesting to notice that all of these guys at the top of the pyramid are all factional and are all warring, just as there are various warring factions of Masons. Indeed, Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operatives are initiates of German Freemasonry, and German Freemasonry is Illuminized. So these networks of Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operatives are insinuating brethren, which I have spoken of before. Indeed, it's all very interesting to note the proliferation of Nazi corporations and Nazi intelligence fronts after the end of the Second World War. These networks were all networks of insinuating brethren. So it's all very interesting to consider the fact that these Nazi networks are so prominent. Indeed, the majority of corporations in the West have some sort of Nazi intelligence network link. Indeed, the IG Farben intelligence branch, i.e. NW7, remains operative. Indeed, as I've stated before, the Bilderberg group are intelligence operatives of NW7, and this includes Blaise Metrovelli, the head of Britain's Foreign Intelligence Service, Secret Intelligence Service, MI6. She is an NW7 operative and therefore falls into the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst long-range agenda. So it's all very interesting to consider and how this interconnects with the British police. The British police are coordinated by activities, especially in Wiltshire, by the Director of National Crime Agency, i.e. Graham Bigger, who is himself a Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst operative, interestingly. So it's all interlinking here. And we're back to an examination of the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. Indeed, it does seem that the Sabbateans are subordinate to the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst at times, and at other times are actually coordinating the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. So it's all very interesting. As I've stated, everything is factional, and all of these factions are feuding. So it's very difficult to actually figure out who is coordinating the networks of the Illuminists, Masons, and Sabbateans, and Jesuits, and all of these key networks, and Templars, all of these key networks that are organized into interconnecting national and extraterritorial intelligence services. So it's all very interesting to consider. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now.